Hi, I'm Jennifer Ellis Provost, and today we'll be reading from the first part of the first chapter of Oleander. It's called Corpse Flowers. Here it is. The office phone rang again. I can't believe you're still paying for that landline, my best friend and assistant, Tessa, yelled from the kitchen. Cut that cord and save some money. Ring. And take work calls on my cell, I yelled back. Then they'd be able to reach me all day and night. They? Another ring. You know, them. Clients. The current potential client in question was Bennett Carrington, who was the head horticulturist at the liberal arts college on the edge of town. He was an old friend of my grandmother's, and he'd been calling my office for the past 2 days about a situation at his greenhouse he thought I should investigate. Being that I already had a full caseload, Tessa deflected him at every turn, but he kept calling back and leaving ever-urgent messages. When Tessa turned off the answering machine, he countered by putting us on speed dial. I was being stalked by a middle-aged gardener. After the 7th ring, Tessa shouted, "You might as well pick up. He's just going to hang up and call again." I sighed and picked up the receiver. 9 Lives Investigations. Eliza, you simply must come to the greenhouse. It's happening. What's happening, Bennett? The corpse flowers. They're about to bloom. I sighed again, or maybe it was just my brain leaking. If they're flowers, shouldn't they be blooming? You don't understand. Under normal circumstances, Amorphophallus titanum only blooms once every 10 years or so, but all 3 of my specimens are set to bloom tonight. Tonight, huh? Exactly how do you know that? I am a horticulturist, Bennett replied frostily. If you must know, the specimen spathe typically unfurls in early afternoon, and things move rather quickly after that. Full inflorescence should be achieved by midnight. Okay, so we have corpse flowers getting corpsey. Exactly what do you want me to do about that? Don't you think that the sheer number of pending blooms, coupled with the day after tomorrow's most auspicious date, warrants a deeper investigation? I glanced at the calendar. The day after tomorrow is Sunday. Will the flowers be going to church? Sunday is April Fool's Day, and as you know, certain non-corporeal beings do delight in playing tricks on such, what do you call them? Ah, yes, fake holidays. I pinched the bridge of my nose and wondered if it was too late to change careers and become an accountant. Math had always been one of my best subjects, and I was pretty good with spreadsheets. I still don't understand what you expect me to do about this. I'm a private investigator, and I really don't see anything that needs investigating. Yes, but you take on special cases, he said, emphasis his. And we're all well aware of how you assisted in the belladonna caper a few months ago, and that you received assistance from a ghost. I laughed, partly because he'd used the word caper, but mostly because bursting out with nervous laughter was my defense mechanism whenever anyone brought up my talent for interacting with the dead. So far, it hadn't fooled anyone. How did you hear about that? I asked. Believe it or not, I do spend time outside of this greenhouse. All right, I'll come down. Wonderful! The greenhouse closes in half an hour. With the patrons gone, we'll be able to speak privately. See you then. I replaced the receiver on the cradle. Then I let my head drop into my hands. Of course, Bennett knew about the belladonna incident. All the local gardeners must get together for Sunday brunch and gossip about current events over hot cups of chamomile tea. He was also one of the people who knew I was a seer, meaning that I could see ghosts and exorcise demons. It wasn't shocking that he knew about my supernatural talents, seeing as how he'd been close to Gran, but I've been trying to stay as low-key as possible. Now, thanks to some stupid corpse flowers, it seemed like he would be getting an in-person confirmation of those rumors. Wonderful.